Hey everybody, hope you're doing well today. I thought I'd show you a quick video tour of the latest Banjo coming out of my shop and share with you what I hope to do with it, what I'm planning on doing with it, and show you some of the challenges and fun things that I got to do in making this one. And maybe at the end of it we'll get to hear it. So let's take a tour of what this all entailed. All right, so one of the obvious first parts of this build that are really unique is the pot has an image in it, which I'd never seen before. I've seen people do like drawings and stuff on top of a head, but this is a clear Remo head that I actually carved a linoleum block for by hand and then printed onto the back side so it won't wear off of this clear head. So it has a brass tone ring, but what started this whole thing is I'm actually making a glass tone ring. So we'll see how that works out. Now, with that in mind, knowing that it would have a glass tone ring, and I wanted it to change out easily, and I wanted it to be kind of seamless, I made this tension hoop slightly differently than I'd seen before. So if you notice, all of the hooks are actually welded into place. They're integrated into the tension hoop. And so the tension hoop has a lip, a secondary ring on the inside that grabs the head. And that's just what goes all the way through. Also, with the end in mind of taking it off easily, the tailpiece, I didn't want any of the strings coming over the edge, so they actually terminate here inside the tailpiece, and the tailpiece is attached to the tension hoop. So I can capo off right there and actually take off the tension hoop and all the strings come off with it, and I can put it right back on. That way I can change out, eventually, I want to change out the tone ring for a series of them. So I've made one out of wood, I have one out of glass that I'm making with someone, I have the brass one, and a couple others that I'd like to experiment with just to see what it sounds like. So I made an acrylic bridge, not out of glass because I got nervous about it shredding things, but I've been told that the glass is possible, so we'll see what that does for it. So here you can also see a little detail work on the tension hoop and the machined nuts that I made that are blackened and how they relate to the pot and body as a whole. Now, moving up the neck, I have some inlaid fret markers, nothing too crazy, pretty traditional. And then at the top where the maker's mark is, I really enjoyed this detail. It's a piece of machined steel that I made that holds the leather that then holds itself into the Cocobolo headstock. So it was a nice, not only technical challenge for me, but also a design piece that I really responded to and enjoyed as it reflected down to the design of the pot. I also have to mention up here there's an acrylic nut to match the acrylic bridge. So this banjo can actually stand up on its own, which I think is quite interesting. But seeing this woman in the boat, this always looks like a porthole to me. In the same way, when I turn around, you'll see what I'm talking about. I put some more boat language into the heel and some other elements. So here on the back of the banjo, you can really see that kind of porthole effect with those large lug nut style nuts for the hooks. Now, one of the main features also of this is this damper. You will see in here I have mylar tabs that actually hold that damper so you can see the image, but you can slide these mylar tabs with magnets on them. There's a pair of magnets, one inlaid into the pot and then one sitting outside. So you can slide that mylar tab between the magnets and adjust that entire damper in and out to make it more muted or more loud. The other detail I like on here, that nice little turned steel ball for the joint between the neck, that's held in at a specific cammed angle and a magnet in there so that from the front you don't see any hardware. A little more of the boat kind of visual language for the heel. I thought that was a nice subtle hint at the hull of a ship in some capacity. But overall, that's the major elements of this build. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll play a little bit of something, and then we'll see some glamour shots while you actually hear a decent recording of it. So here we go.